The Trinity Irish Dancers are getting ready for a big weekend coming up here. And of course, we are talking about St. Patrick's Day. Meggie Heilman here, Managing Director at Trinity Academy of Irish Dance, here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Hi, Rudy. Thank you for your time.
So there's dancing throughout the whole entire year, but March and April, I mean, that is like their biggest time of the year.
March Madness over here. Absolutely. We start basically at the beginning of March and don't stop until the end of the month.
So I want to get a little bit of insight, especially preparing for these 2 months, because there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of costumes, there's a lot of parents, there's a lot of venues, and you're all over this, all over Chicagoland, all over Wisconsin, and it is such an integral part of our St. Patrick's Day celebration. So we want to get a little bit of insight as to how this all works.
Yes, it takes an absolute village. We are so grateful for our Trinity families and these dancers that go all over the place between the city, the suburbs. We have over 600 dancers across Illinois and Wisconsin that do all the shows and make this possible. And there are shows that are coming up. We have big ones like Chicago Bulls, of course, at the Bulls. We'll be at the Blackhawks game the weekend of the 15th and the 17th. And then we do our favorite weekend. What we kick things off with is what we call our outreach weekend. And we go into assisted living locations and perform for them. And that just gives everybody all the good feels to kick things off.
Kick things off on the weekend. When do the invites and everything kind of start rolling in? I'm assuming that there's certain things that are set, year after year, but when does that kind of start, like, especially for the team, as far as those things happening?
As far as the invites and people trying to book us, some are literally booking now for 2025. Others are just coming in now saying, hey, when do you have any availability? It's literally all year round for it, as obviously it's our busiest time of the year.
And as far as the kids, they start off at about 3.5 years old?
Yes. Yes, they start as young as 3.5. We go all the way up to 18. And if you were, inspired or looking for something, it would be around 3.5 to 10 years old.
As far as the kids, so let's just say, we're going to go to a couple different, restaurants, a couple of different events. How many of the girls and how many of the kids are performing at each one? Do you try to send out? So maybe the smaller events, and then we can talk about the bigger parades and bigger events after.
Yes. So girls and boys alike are very much a part of this journey. We have 14 teams across 7 locations. And the teams can range anywhere from 30 dancers up to some of the teams have 50. And then, of course, in smaller locations, we pare that down a little bit to about 10 or 15, depending on the venue's needs.
Preparing for those big things, especially, like the parade and the Irish Heritage Center. Tell me a little about that, a little bit inside about getting everybody down there and preparing and how many kids and everything.
It's truly a massive project, and it's one that we all love. So the kids and students start practicing specifically for their show material in December, all throughout the beginning of the year then for those specific shows. And these teams, we have a back-end admin side, if you will, almost like a project management board going on that gives all of our families the visibility to all the shows once they're confirmed. And then, the parents and or grandma and grandpa are driving all the families from one show to another. And it is just that the best time of year for anyone who is, a part of this community.
Let's give a shout out to all the parents who are bringing all the costumes, the shoes, driving them back and forth, having that patience, because it's a lot of time and this is something that the kids love to do. But let's give a shout out to all those parents making this happen.
Absolutely. You nailed it. It is not possible without the families driving everywhere, making sure you didn't leave a water bottle, a shoe at a location. If you did, another parent will help you pick it up. It is truly a community here at Trinity Irish Dance. We are so grateful for our families because of it.
Let's talk a little bit about summer camps, and maybe, especially someone might get inspired. They haven't danced before and they think, hey, I want to go ahead and give this a try. Can you register, now how soon are classes starting and anything that might be going on over the summer?
Yes. So we have our spring and summer camps are available on our website at trinityIrishdance.com. We have a 10-week class that goes starting right after St. Patrick's Day, basically until June. We have a jig in June, which is a couple days there. We're just kind of a little taste of Trinity, if you will, and then Taste of Trinity in July. So all of that is up on our website based on your home location and what is most convenient there.
Let's talk a little bit about the reaction to seeing the dancers, because the school's been around for over 40 years. And obviously there's people who make up an point, it's always like, we always go to the downtown parade, or we always go to this particular venue, and they may have had relatives who danced before, or, a neighbor, or someone that they're connected to. I mean, what's it like kind of once the show finishes and people want to come up and have a chat?
It's amazing. It's really just a positive vibe. Anybody and everybody loves to see Irish dancers at any point in the year, but it's just heightened so much around St. Patrick's Day and in March, of course. After the show, right, we have littles that, of course, join in and are just jumping around and love it. And then parents and anyone else that just come up to us and ask, all sorts of questions, just wanting to know different history, knowledge, how to sign up, and all these things. And everyone just really, really enjoys it.
And I'm the parent of a 4-year-old, and when we've gone to see them, I've taken her to watch it. When you see the little girls and then the older ones kind of helping out, I mean, it brings a tear to my eye, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is setting up for sisterhood and friendship in a way that, like, I never could have imagined.
Rudy, every time we call our smallest beginner dancer, girls and boys, our rivers is what we call them, our river dancers. And they go out, just as you mentioned it, with their mentors, or they call them the big kids. So it's the big and littles paired. And every time I literally have to wipe the tears from my eyes, because it is the cutest, most adorable thing. And if you're watching that and don't enjoy it, I mean, that's on you. It's just cute. It's so cute.
Go home, reflect, and maybe celebrate next year. But yeah,
make sure everything's okay.
Awesome. And then let people know as far as where they can go ahead and find more information.
Yes, on our website, we'll be updating that. It will be real time as we have shows coming in, things changing. TrinityIrishDance.com will show all of our locations, Chicago to the suburbs, to Milwaukee, to Madison.
Awesome. Meggie, thank you so much for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you, Rudy. It's been a pleasure. Have fun out there and come and watch us.
I'm already dressed. I'm ready.
All right. Me too. Let's go.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.